Hello everybody, this is AG here, and welcome to the beginning of the Lake Effect Ice Cream Super Weekend here at Watkins Glen. And it's a Monday, and we're starting the weekend already. We're excited. We got 2 IndyCar races, and we begin today for qualifying of race number 1 of the Body Armor Duel at the Glen. The first race here at Watkins Glen tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and then Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, we have ourselves the second race. We'll do qualifying for the second race on Thursday. Each of these 2 races, standalone races, so race 1 not determining the starting lineup for race number 2. There'll be 2 separate qualifying sessions. And of course, all leading up to the Lake Effect Ice Cream 400K in the Wawa Cup Series on Saturday. After what a great race it was at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the Brickyard 400 on Saturday, this past Saturday. Only 3 races remain and a 6-point gap at the top of the standings. So we got a closer championship battle here in the Haas IndyCar Series. The 2 drivers are tied. Aaron Abel and Luna Lona tied atop the point standings, and I would like to apologize for the point standings not being in the last race. I just messed that up, but 315 points each for both drivers. Aaron Abel does hold the tiebreaker on Luna Lona, as he has a better average finishing position, but more likely than not, that will change after tomorrow, and then going into the penultimate race on Friday here at Watkins Glen, leading up into next week's Haas World Championship 200K at Pocono. Luna Lona in the 0-0 right here, where she won at the Indy Road Course earlier in May. Aaron Abel won 2 races ago at Pikes Peak. It's going to be interesting to see how they fare here at the Watkins Glen International. Of course, top 6 advance on to the Fast 6, and then we go for the pole from there. Positions 7 through 26 determined here in round number 1. And I believe Angel Oliveira here, one of the first drivers who was out there on the racetrack, I think. Kind of lost track. I think we had Christian Master who was out there, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I'm losing everything right now. It has been behind the scenes quite a whirlwind in my personal life. I will say at the very least. I'll just leave it at that. But we're working things out there, and it's just good to be here, doing some racing here on AG the channel. I know we did all those races last week in Indianapolis, but hey, it's great to have the IndyCar Series back, and this is going to be such a fun 3 weeks here. We got Watkins Glen Super Weekend, Daytona next week, the Rowdy Energy Pro Series and the Turkey Hill Truck Series begin, and then of course we got ourselves a finale in the IndyCar Series next week as well, and then of course leading into the finale in the Wawa Cup Series 2 weeks from Saturday, 2 weeks from Sunday, technically 3 weeks from now, essentially, with the Southern 500. So Cole Raymond right now, the fastest driver on the racetrack, 1:27.413. Now the Fast 6 will, in fact, be 5 minutes, even though this is a well over 3-mile road course. Of course, obviously we skip the chicane, go through the boot. I mean, y'all should be used to that by now here on the channel. We do not use the NASCAR version of Watkins Glen or go through the chicane. And while in real life I think that would be a little bit dangerous, of course this is just a video game, and we have some of the best races here at Watkins Glen, the best road course on the schedule, and so excited to see how all of it goes down throughout. We have a moment of all time right there with Bradley Bradshaw in the 34. Not sure if that was a mechanical issue or contact possibly made. That's off the exit of turn number 7. This is like one of the few road courses where I actually remember the number of each turn. That's turn 8, this is turn 9, and you got turn 10 and turn 11. 11-turn road course here at Watkins Glen with the full course skipping the chicane. It's a very fast and high-speed road course at that as well, and these guys are going to be flying. And this right here, the exit of turn 11, absolutely a trouble spot. We're going to see it throughout the entire week. That exit off a turn at number 11 become a trouble spot. It's going to be interesting to see if we have another last lap pass, a last corner pass in any of the races we have. We got 4 races. We got the 2 IndyCar races, Sprint Series tomorrow, or Wednesday night, excuse me, and then of course the Cup Series on Saturday. John Andrews, right now the fastest driver, though, here in qualifying. Oh, wow. Jay Knapp was in that ride last year. Zachary Fitzwater in the top 6 right there. Then you got the 27 of Ace Garcia, 25 of John Stewart. Caleb Rose, our last winner here in the Haas IndyCar Series. Oh, but we got some guys right there. Justin Zaidel, and then, of course, very fast, number 21 there for John Andrews. So he's still in that Fast 6 right now. It looks like he might remain in the Fast 6 the way things currently look. You got Zaidel there in second. Ace Garcia in second. Just Zaidel now in third. And you got John Stewart there. Zachary Fitzwater, our last winner. Like I mentioned, Caleb Rose there in the 3 machine. Luna Lona is 7th, just barely outside, but that is a decent place to start here at Watkins Glen. You can definitely work your way up as a lot of shakeup. How about the DM Motorsports drivers working together to put both of themselves into the top 6? Brad Stover there in second, and then Noah Clifton up to the 5th position. I think Noah Clifton's won here before at Watkins Glen in the IndyCar Series, but I cannot remember if that's been the case or not. We got the 75 there. Chris Reynolds, road course master this year. 3 wins on the road courses of Riverside, Willow Springs, and Road America. Watch out for Chris Reynolds. He's the driver 3rd in points, 45 behind. If something happens to Aaron Abel and Luna Lona in these next couple of races, Reynolds could find himself in championship position at Pocono. That could definitely get a little dicey right there. Jay Knapp, 51 points behind. Hey, I don't quote me on this. I think for race number 2, we'll finally get Micah back in the booth. It's been a while, and also hoping to have Micah in the booth for the Cup race. Hopefully we'll be able to make it work out tomorrow. We're excited to have him back. But, hey, Jay Knapp's been having an excellent season there at NS Racing. And then John Andrews, who's currently in the Fast 6, is 54 points behind. And a solid run here at Watkins Glen could definitely give him an opportunity at a race victory. Where is that old son of a gun anyway? Of course, John Andrews has been racing on the channel longer than most of these guys have. Double-digit wins on the channel. I don't know his exact number, but he's been running for a long time, and it's great to see these long-time veterans still kicking it here on the channel, even after all these years. John Andrews definitely looking strong. Of course, the owner of Andrews Racing over in the Wawa Cup Series had an excellent season, has been having an excellent season with Ludovic Charette over there. They've yet to get a win, but they have done an excellent job, and excited to see what Andrews Racing can do next year in the Wawa Cup Series. Hopefully they get Ludovic to return, and they may even be a little bit stronger next year. We'll just have to find out. Looking like these times to kind of settle down right here. Chris Reynolds did just get moved out of the top 10, or top 6, excuse me. He's got John Andrews there, Brad Stover, John Stewart, Justin Zaidel, Noah Clifton, and Ace Garcia, the Fast 6 right now. So Luna Lona 10th. We haven't seen anything of Aaron Abel. He's 17th, so that could get a little interesting right there between those 2 drivers, because it's a 15-lap race. A lot can happen, and a lot does happen here at Watkins Glen, but Abel could easily surpass the 00 of only 7 positions ahead right there. So we'll have to see how it ends up shaking out going into the second race on Friday after tomorrow's race here. But, ooh, we got some movement up there. Nothing in the top 6, though. Let's see what else have we got here. Got that 00 now in 12th, and Aaron Abel in 19th. So both drivers ended up moving down a couple of positions, but still the same thing really applies for both of them, I do believe, in terms of the possibility of Aaron Abel surpassing that 00. I think they're going to have a good battle midway through, but they got to be careful not to let guys like Chris Reynolds and John Andrews, excuse me, work their way through the field. Jay Knapp in the 98's 11th, too, so, you know, those 3 guys who are right behind him in the point standings looking to start ahead of them in the race tomorrow could get a little dicey, as Bradley Bradshaw has moved his way into the top 6 late in the going here. Blown up not too long ago, and that American Motorsports 34 looking pretty fast right now. Much as I hate to say it, I think this might be the last we see of American Motorsports on the channel. Of course, a long-standing team over in the Cup Series back in the day. This is their 2nd, actually no, their 3rd season in IndyCar, I think. Haven't seen much of Trey Wright around at all lately. I hope he's doing all right. If you're watching, man, hope you're doing good. Hope to catch up sometime, you know. Hope it's all going well for you there. But regardless of the fact, Logan Williams has done an excellent job with this team this year. 6th in the championship standings. Almost got that win at Chicagoland. Just couldn't pull it off because Nicholas Amadio had other ideas. But Bradley Bradshaw looking to move his way into that Fast 6 shootout. And that's going to push Luna Lona. Actually, Lona's still 12th. And then Aaron Abel's now 16th. Abel actually improved his time. So they're going to be 4 positions off each other in the race tomorrow. That's going to be pretty cool right there because they got 45 on the rest of the field. So only unless they wreck out and fall back, you know, they're still going to have a considerable gap. But it could close in within a race going in the race 2. They got to be careful. They don't have it sealed yet. And we'll just have to see how it all ends up shaking out. The fact that this series does not have ratings makes it very random. You just don't know what's going to happen. It's not as predictable as it is in the Wawa Cup Series. However, I'm going to have one prediction about the Wawa Cup Series at Watkins Glen on Saturday. Drew Webb's not going to win this weekend. I'm going to say it right now. I don't think that 99 team has the strength on the road courses. And then you got Daytona. They're 6 points behind there of Braden Perez. I feel like we could realistically have a situation where we head into the Southern 500 in 3 weeks and Drew Webb is not even in championship contention. Even after his win last week, or this past weekend at Indianapolis, I just don't quite see that happening. So, I can see that happening. What am I saying? I don't quite see him pulling away like we all thought he was. And obviously Michigan and New Hampshire, definitely a couple of tracks that, you know, showed us something different there. Top 6, the Fast 6 for the first race. Of course, we'll do qualifying just as normal for the second race as well, so none of this determines the second race starting order. But John Andrews, Brad Stover, John Stewart, Bradley Bradshaw, Justin Zeidel, and Noah Clifton in the Fast 6. And then you got Ace Garcia and Chris Reynolds in row number 4. Thomas Troxel and Landon Smith Jr. in row 5. Jay Knapp, Luna Lona in row 6. Zachary Fitzwater, Caleb Rose in row 7. Logan Williams and Aaron Abel in row 8. Trey Smith, Cole Raymond in row 9. Roy Ribbleton and Tanner Parton in row 10. Avery Alford, Nicholas Amadio in row 11. Eric Drew, Angel Oliveira in row 12. And then the Christians there, Christian Vargas and Christian Master, make up the last row here for Body Armor Duel at the Glen race number 1 tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see who wins the poll here for the first race at Watkins Glen in the Haas IndyCar Series. Alright, here we go for the Fast 6 for Body Armor Duel at the Glen race number 1. John Andrews, Brad Stover, John Stewart, Bradley Bradshaw, Justin Zeidel, and Noah Clifton. Only 5 minutes here. These guys got to get out here quick. And we'll just have to see who ends up winning the poll, getting that extra bonus point. You know, for John Andrews' case, only 54 behind. A poll could definitely go a long way in terms of possibly stealing this title away from Aaron Abel and Luna Lona, who will be starting 16th and 12th, respectively, in tomorrow's race. So we'll have to see how it all goes down right here. And we wait for these drivers to head out onto the racetrack. And there's John Andrews going to be the first one. So not going to waste any time getting out there for Crown Ultra Racing. Versus teammate Thomas Troxel has seen better days and better seasons. He's been running much better over in the Wawa Cup Series. Chris Troxel failed to qualify for the Indianapolis 250 earlier this year. Did not work out too well for him there. And we'll just have to see what he can do going forward right here. Yeah, for a second I thought that was a drone in the shot, but remember this was made in 2010, and anyways, it's a helicopter that you saw in the background there for a split second. Of course, that's what they use. You know, we utilized the drone shot at the beginning of the Wawa Cup Series. You know, if we had done that 10 years ago, no one would have thought that would have been possible. But now, you know, you got those drones and you got the cameras, and it's all very realistic. Zeidel's out there. Bradley Bradshaw in the 34. Bit of a difficult pit lane to exit, like right there. The exit of turn 1, they sometimes scrape that wall. I mean, you see them kind of going through the grass up the S's. Noah Clifton's next in line. Here's Brad Stover. They both the DM Motorsports drivers making it in. Good job for Dylan Matthews and her team. They've had a lot better of a run, I feel like, than some of the other teams here in the series. Of course, they got the win with Stover at Lime Rock Park, and Noah Cliff, well, Yeah, I take back what I said there about Noah Clifton. He's 23rd in the points. John Stewart, last one to get out there. And he's got to get out there quick, or otherwise he may not get a lap in. He's still on the pit box. Here's John Anders in the 21. Going to be the first driver to complete a lap. Justin Seidel will be next in line. And then you have Bradley Bradshaw, Noah Clifton, and Brad Stover. There's John Stewart. Yes, John Stewart. We got both Johns here. We got John Stewart and John Anders, and I sometimes get them confused, with all due respect. Here we go. John Anders with an opportunity. If he wins this pole, gets that bonus point, and wins tomorrow, you know, we're talking he's 25, 30 points. No, he's 20 points within the championship lead, I think, if that happens. And if he does it again on Friday, well, he could be your championship leader going in the Pocono. But we could also end up with a situation where the championship is clinched here at Watkins Glen. And definitely going to be interesting to see if that ends up being the case. It's so interesting over here in comparison to the Wawa Cup Series, because the championship contenders are not always starting up at the front. That's kind of what's going on over in the Cup Series because of the ratings, of course, and we got a completely different situation here in IndyCar because it's an old-style series, no ratings involved. We'll see what this series ends up even looking like next year if it happens as a full series. I'm still very much in the workings of what it's going to look like next year. Here we go. Across the line. 127.617. I completely forget the times that we were seeing in that first round. We're seeing 126, so that was a second off of what we saw, but we may have ourselves a little bit of a warmer racetrack. John Stewart's going to start his lap, but he's going to start it before the timer runs out, so we're good here. Justin Seidel. He's going to be the second driver to complete a lap right here. We'll see what he can do in the 23 machine for Grattan Autosport. Won the opening race of the season, the Auto Club Speedway. That is one race I'd love to return next year, even though the Auto Club Speedway is in limbo or whatever the heck it's going on. I don't know what's going on with it. 127.824, so 2. Oh, Brad Stover's down. And it looks like Brad Stover will fail to get a time in, but he will still start in the 6th position. Bradley Bradshaw underneath both of those drivers right there. Here's Noah Clifton in the 94. And the 94, Noah Clifton going to cross the line right there. Looks like we got ourselves a possible pole sitter. 127.569 for Clifton in the 94 machine. His teammate Brad Stover will not get a time in, and now it's up to John Stewart. We'll see, however, if Andrews improves on his second lap. Very possible. We tend to see that a lot here on certain road courses. I think Andrews ended up doing that in the first round. Across the line for John Andrews, he is going to take that top position away from Noah Clifton. Here we go for the 25 of John Stewart. Going to get his first lap in. It'll probably be the only lap he gets in here in the Fast 6 25 machine to second. Solid time, not enough to get to Andrews. Seidel, will he improve his time? You got to get that second lap. That second lap, you got those tires all warmed up. Those are the faster laps, and we'll see that come into effect tomorrow a little bit as well, I feel like. Of course, tire wear will also be a bit of a factor. Up to third there for Seidel. And Bradshaw here, he'll get his time in as well. And I think Clifton will too in that 94 machine. Across the line for Bradley Bradshaw to the top of the board in the 34. 127.27. And Clifton's the last chance here to knock off the 34. Clifton across the line. Does not improve his time, and that will do it. Don't think this time is going to count for John Andrews regardless. Bradley Bradshaw in the 34, looking to start on the pole for the first race in the body armor duel at the Glen. Going to be a bonus point towards the championship for him. Of course, he's 107 behind the championship leaders. So, don't think he's going to have an opportunity at the title with only 3 races left to go. Hey, stranger things have happened, but I think that's going to do it. See the full starting lineup there on the side of your screen. Bradley Bradshaw wins the pole for the first race of the body armor duel at the Glen. Start alongside John Andrews there in row 1. You got John Stewart and Justin Seidel. Noah Clifton and then Brad Stover failed to get a time in, but they'll start in the 6th position. Then Ace Garcia, Chris Reynolds, Thomas Troxel, Landon Smith Jr., Jay Knapp, and Luna Lona. Zachary Fitzwater, Caleb Rose, Logan Williams, Aaron Abel, Trey Smith, Cole Raymond, Roy Ribbleton, and Tanner Parton, Avery Alford, Nicholas Sambadio, Eric True, Angel Oliveira, Christian Vargas, and Christian Master. That's how the lineup for tomorrow's 15-lap event here from the Watkins Glen International. Thank you guys so much for watching once again, and we'll see you guys tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for the first race of the Body Armor Duel at the Glen. I will see you guys later.